4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Plagued Assassin, also known as Warrior Ethos on almost all games that I play. But with that being said, today I'm doing a review on a rather new game to Steam. It's an indie launch game, it's a survival game, it's a PvP game. More PvP than it is anything else, but that's with like every survival game that's ever come out, including like Rust and Island and so on and so forth. Like there's just so many of these survival games that have come out recently. This game may look similar to some other games that you guys have played. To me, it resembles a lot of War Z. But yeah, with that said, I'm going to basically talk today in this video on what is Next Day Survival. It's a brand new indie game that was released on the Steam about 3 days ago. I've had some time to play around on it and get a feel for what the gameplay is. It's a pretty decent map size that you get to run around on. Loot spawns kind of like Original DayZ in Arma 2 mod, where it's all over the ground and stuff like that. You can go over and loot it. Loot and stuff spawns in buildings, inside cabinets, on dressers, some on the sides of cars, in the backs of pickup trucks, so on and so forth. So it has that very DayZ-esque style of looting. But you guys are probably thinking, well, you said it's PvP. It is a PvP game. Your only enemies are players, for the most part. The most threatening are players. So there's 3 factions in this game that you'll need to know right away. There are looters, who are essentially the guys that just go around and can kill the NPCs, and, you know, that's their faction, the looters. Second faction, or technically there's 4 factions, but we're just going to go over the base 3 real fast. So you have looter. I'm a looter. The people I'm running around with are looter. If you're looking at this guy right here, and his name tag is red, it says neutral. So neutral is what you spawn in as. When you create your character and you spawn into the game, you're neutral. This guy, he's got a hazmat suit, he's got the gas mask and everything, which means, like, earlier in the video, you guys seen a green cloud. It's basically like radiational fields. The only way you can go into those are with radiation suits, hazmat suits, or whatever, you know, to loot out stuff that's there. That's cool. Yeah, I guess so. Whatever. So you have neutral, looter, and you have civilian. Civilian are indicated on the map as green, looters are red, and neutrals are white. So those are your 3 main factions. Outside of that, you have traitor. So traitor is a tag that you get for killing somebody that is the same faction of you. When you die and respawn, you spawn out somewhere else. So here we're at the main starting point for everybody. And what you do is that there's this little guy in the window, and you can basically bring him your gear, and in the upper corner, upper middle of the screen, it says trade. You can click on that, and anything you have inside your backpack, you can trade to him. The other tab is storage. So right now I'm grabbing items that I have looted off of dead bodies and or out of buildings and so on and so forth, and I'm storing them. So you can go to your main hubs and store items that you've looted, so you don't lose them every time you die. You don't have to carry all your loot on you to, you know, survive in this world. What are some of the other enemies? Well, in this game there are patrolling AI. They're either A, civilian, B, looter, or C, militarized. So militarized NPCs, or AI, NPC stands for non-playable character for anybody who's not a nerd. These NPCs will patrol small towns, they'll patrol abandoned campsites, that sort of stuff. So those are enemies in the game that will have weapons and will shoot at you if they see you. that's just kind of how you get loot in this game. You got to go find somebody and shoot them. So most commonly, you're gonna find people who are looters because it's the easiest way to get gear in the game. Now, when you first spawn in, a lot of people don't realize this, but there's a guy you need to talk to. He's an old man with glasses inside the main training hub that you spawn basically in front of. Run inside of it, find him. He's wearing like a lab coat and shit like that. He'll start you off giving you missions. So this game has quest lines. So it's not just, hey, you're thrown into an open world, try to survive it and loot. Okay? That's not the only point of this game. There is actually missions to do. The missions will give you gear that you will need to make it through the world. Outside of just basically looting. So, like your first mission will get you a knife. Second mission will show you how to kill an animal and loot, and take all of its, gut it up and then bring it back to a dude. And then he gives you parts that you're going to need so you can craft weapons. There is weapon crafting in this game, not just like a bow and arrow, but you can actually craft makeshift firearms. So you learn how to do that. It's like your third mission that you do. It shows you how to make a makeshift rifle. It's a bolt-action rifle that fires 9mm ammo, kind of goofy. It has one shot till you have to reload, but it's a good starting weapon. You'll be able to take down wolves and bears and whatnot, so that's good. Now to other enemies. There are wolves, which are basically going to be the biggest pain in your ass before you get a weapon, because you're going to have to sneak around them, which is possible, and grizzly bears. There's grizzly bears in this, and both of the animals that are in this game, as of right now, will hunt, they haul ass, dude, and they can mess you up. They can kill you. My first two playthroughs, I died. First time, I died by a wolf. Second time, I died to a player. I found a group of players. I was neutral. They told me I was good to go. I said, all right, cool. I walked around the corner. I headed to a military loot place. I found an axe. I walked into a room, and there was a dude standing there right in front of me pointing a rifle at me. So I ran at him with the axe and hit him, and then they were like, hey, bro, we helped you out, and we let you survive, or whatever. So right here, this guy, that guy right there you guys just seen, that's the first dude you need to go to. Right here is how you get water. If you're dying of thirst, you can come over here and drink from the well. Without having anything, you can just drink from the well. Or you can fill up water bottles, canteens, so on and so forth. At this place, it's potable water. You can drink it without getting sick. That's a good thing. You can cook meat. You can craft fireplaces. There's a lot of things you can craft in this game. So it has its survival aspects. You can get sick with the common cold by not wearing the right type of gear. Here in, I think this game takes place in like Western Europe, so Slavic country, which means like Poland, Ukraine, Russia, Crimea, you name it, Chechnya, Czechoslovakia, all of them, the Czech Republic. I don't even think that exists anymore, but still, like that region of the world, Kyrgyzstan, Kyrgyzstan, all of those locations that are Western Europe, kind of cold, Siberian, non-tundra-y, but still cold enough to, you can get sick off of. And how you prevent from getting cold is that you have to get gear. You have to find hoodies and stuff like that to heal yourself from the cold. And by heal yourself, I mean just basically defend your skin from getting frostbite and catching the common cold. That's the biggest thing for new players. So that's cool. How you warm yourself up if you don't have clothes is that you come and sit down next to a fire. You can interact with the fire. So like right now I'm cooking meat, and you can speak to some of the AI. It doesn't really do anything because all they're going to do is talk to you in like Russian, and you can't understand them. But you can cook your meat. I'm pretty sure you can boil water if you have the pans and stuff. There are vehicles in the game that you can find parts for and drive around. But the majority of the time it's going to be running Simulator 2017, just like Arma and DayZ Mod. If you guys have ever played any of those styles of games, Miscreated, you name it, like this is just the same as all of the rest of them. The only difference is that it actually has the aspect of being killed from the environment. Now, once you get to a point where you get gear, your biggest threat is going to be players. Hands down, players. They're going to be your biggest threat. Like, you can't trust anybody in this game, even if you party up with people. Like, I partied up with some people, and I was very surprised that they didn't kill me once I got loot. They were actually giving me loot. Like, my first mission, I went and had to go kill a wolf, and the wolf fucked me up, and I was dying, essentially. Like, I had frostbite, I was getting the cold, I was freezing, hence the frostbite, and I came over and I sat down next to that fire that's right in front of us. And this guy walked over and he goes, "Dude, you're coughing." I said, "Yeah, I know. I'm getting the cold, but I have to warm up first." So he's just like, "All right, hold on one second." He walked over to this trader dude, came back over. He goes, "Here you go, bro. Put this on." And he throws down a pair of military-grade pants and boots and a 35 percent resistant military vest. So basically, kind of like armor vest that was warm clothing, whatever, and gave it to me. And then he walked back over and came back over and said, "All right, here's some antibiotics for you. Take this once your body temperature is regulated, so it actually takes effect." I said, "All right, cool." And I did it. And then he's just like, "You want to team up?" I said, "Yeah, sure, no problem. I'll team up." So we teamed up, and then his other buddy got on, and we basically ran around and we did missions together, and we killed other players that were basically following us and trying to catch us with our guard down. And, we'd kill them. So that's really the biggest things that you can do in this game right now. There's a huge map. I haven't explored all the map. I've basically stayed around the new zone for probably 2.5, 3 hours. I ran around to like 4 different cities. I ran down to an airfield, killed a couple AI, got their gear and stuff, brought it back, traded it to the trader, saved what I wanted to save, which is what I'm doing now. I'm looking at gear that I kind of want to save, so I have some AKs just in case I get killed while I'm out. I put a backpack in there so I can grab a backpack and not have to use the medium-sized backpack that you spawn with. I put a lot of the medical stuff that we find, I put it in there. You want to kind of stockpile yourself a little, not selling everything, because as you do quests, you're going to get paid money. And anytime you kill somebody, you'll be able to get paid money. So, yeah, that's kind of the basis of this game, is you try to survive the elements starting off. Once you can survive the elements, your biggest threats are the AIs and the animals, which is cool. But this is kind of like a loot grab game, to me. Now, it may not be a loot grab game to other players, but it is to me. It is fun. It's a fun game to play, especially for $7 and like 34 cents American cash. Not a bad game. It's got a decent amount of combat. You're going to get your $7 worth within the first couple of hours, as long as you're not a salty person about dying. It does have some pretty cool survival aspects, and on top of that, you've got crafting, which is nice. You can craft in DayZ, but it's taken DayZ like 4 years to put in decent crafting. This game has it. And not just crafting a bow, you can actually craft firearms, which is cool. And now you can also have a really cool aspect of this game that you don't normally have in other games, is a tech tree. So there's an ability tech tree in this game, and you can level up your character. But above all that, guys, that's really the whole breakdown of this game. It's a loot simulator and PvP based survival game. I hope this helped you guys out with kind of guiding you towards whether or not you want to buy the game or not. I think it plays well. It looks okay, and it was worth $7. So if you guys like this video, or you guys find it informal, I will be making a couple more videos on what to do from the get-go as a basic start-off player and whatnot. Have a good day, guys. It's Plagued Assassin. I'm out. Thanks for watching. Peace.